if you followed Canelo's career, as I'm sure a lot of you have, no doubt, being the astute boxing fans that you are, you'll know that Canelo's always had an element in his support, or not in his support, more accurately, of Mexicans who don't sort of align themselves with Canelo. I don't know if as superficial as this seems, I don't know if a lot of it stems from the fact that he's a very ginger and pale Mexican. But certainly going on through his career, if you followed the build-up to his fights and the reaction to him at various press conferences, fighter arrivals and blah, blah, there is an element of the Mexican community that are essentially not Canelo fans. They're almost, and I hate the term, almost Canelo haters amongst the Mexican community. Obviously, the majority is still a Mexican hero, and rightly so to the Mexican people. But with this fight with Munguia at the weekend, it'll be interesting to see the crowd response and the crowd reaction, especially because we've got two Mexicans. And fans are a funny lot, aren't they? Sports fans and fans in general are a funny species. I've no doubt that the greater reception, the more warm reception, and the majority of the support, I've got a feeling, will be for Munguia, because in the way, and going back to my Albanian pals, oh, fucking hell, here come the fucking raised bait comments. Keep them coming, because it gives me material to do another reaction video to. But they talk about the same thing with Florian Marku. Now, when Florian Marku, not that Florian Marku's made it, he's not a massive household name. In Albania, he's a massive name. But as he sort of progressed in his career and earned more money and sort of started visually flexing a little bit with the cars, the watches and that sort of stuff, there's an element in the Albanian community, because I know this from first-hand accounts from some Albanian pals, that there's a little bit of, what's the word? Not hate, but there's a lack of support in some areas in the Albanian community for Florian Marku, even though he's currently the biggest name in Albanian boxing. And again, the majority is still Marku fans, but there's always an element amongst fans that, and I think this is part of the thing that's happened to Joshua as well. I think part of the, you know, the sort of, again, I use the word, the sort of the hater community, or the fucking idiot community, that don't like Joshua is the fact that Joshua got popular, and it's like people want you to win and be successful, but they don't want you to be too successful. They don't want you to win all the time, and they don't want you to be too successful. I tell you, this is another area where I see this, where this flows into, is music fans. Now you get the music snobs who will always be like, you'll talk about a certain band, and they'll say, "Oh, I like their earlier stuff, but you know they sold out," and it's like, just because someone gets mainstream and successful, they're sort of, then people turn against them because they say they've sold out, or they turn against them because like they're not elitist enough and they're not cool anymore because now everyone likes them, they're not cool anymore. I think that's a fucking idiot attitude. And this happens in boxing a lot. So yeah, just a weird fucking bunch, aren't they? Canelo earned the respect he's got, the fantastic career he's had. Should be kind of universally recognised for it, but it's not, because people don't like the fact when, maybe it's to do with, now this is why Ricky Hatton was probably universally still loved, because Ricky Hatton didn't, we know he earned the money, and we know he was, you know, the life he was living, and especially the house he lived in. If you've ever seen, there's a boxing channel on YouTube, and they go to Ricky Hatton's house, and he gives them a sort of an in-depth tour of his house. What a pad. Fair play to Ricky, man. He's got a banging house. But Ricky's always kept the persona of working man's hero, you know, man of the people, lad off the council estate, only lives 5 minutes away in a fucking great house. But nonetheless, you know, we all love Ricky Hatton, don't we? And I think that's why Ricky Hatton never received that, because Ricky Hatton always kept his relevance to the ordinary man, to the, you know, the council estate lads and the working class lads. And I think that's why Ricky Hatton never got it. But obviously the millions that Canelo has earned, the riches, the cars, and he's a big car fan. Who isn't a car fan? You know, the fleet of cars, the horses, the watches, the lifestyle. People start to lose their hindrance almost, don't they? And they used to see you as one of us, and now you're one of them. And I think that's part of the feeling, and part of the feeling that people just don't like you being too successful and showing you've been successful. Yeah, fucking weird bunch, isn't it? But just want to touch on it. It's an interesting subject, isn't it? How people's psyche, their perception changes, and their feelings towards someone changes because that person may have elevated themselves out of the realms that you still exist in, sort of thing. But yeah, a quick video, interesting stuff. Let me know what you think. See you all soon.